Right-wing groups organized a massive protest Sunday in Belgium against the United Nations agreement on global migration. The deal, signed by more than 160 nations last week in Morocco, calls for safe, orderly and regular migration to avoid humanitarian crisis of recent years. But many Europeans fear the pact could lead to an increase in immigration. VOA's Latika Hope reports.
Thousands of demonstrators marched outside major EU institutions in Brussels to protest the UN agreement setting up a common framework on the management of international migration flows. Sunday's protests in Brussels turned violent as demonstrators clashed with police. Some protesters say migrants from the Middle East, North Africa and Asia benefit from the social services that Europeans work hard to support.
We need to work until we are 67 years old. It's not normal. And they throw the money for the immigrants who will not serve our country. Then they don't respect our country, so why we do need to pay them?
Others don't like what they see as the changing face of their country.
The Europe is dead because of the politics, because of the European Union and this Commission building that signed this compact contract for the immigration. That means that the European people will be dead in our home. So no, we want our home back.
The United States and several other countries have formally notified the UN of their decision to pull out of the process. More and more countries in Europe have clamped down on migration in recent years, but some people see it as racism. Protesters from all over Italy gathered in Rome Saturday to condemn discrimination against migrants.
These last legislative choices in Italy generate more discrimination, distress, and difficulties. We believe that we can share our existence with all those who share this project of a better life for this world, whatever their color or origin.
Pope Francis on Sunday expressed support for the UN agreement.
Last week in Marrakesh, Morocco, the Global Compact for Safe, Orderly and Regular Migration was approved, which aims to be a reference framework for the whole international community. I hope that this community, thanks to this instrument, will be able to act with responsibility, solidarity, and compassion toward those who, for various reasons, leave their own country, and I entrust this intention to your prayers.
Protests on migration coincide with demonstrations on socio-economic issues in France, Austria, Hungary, Canada, and elsewhere.